Hello! Diana is live on Diana the Happy Lawyer. How is everyone? I don't know. I'm on my Facebook page going live on my computer because I can't find my battery charger from my phone. And my phone ran out of battery. And that's how I usually come to you by my phone. So I don't know if I'm in the middle of the screen or the side of the screen, if anybody, or if I'm even on. Oh, it's even got a timer. That could be pretty cool, actually. But yeah, it looks like I'm off to the side. I can't really tell. Let me see if I could make me bigger. Yeah. While I mess with it, it's not working. What F11 was make big screen. Mm, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But all I can say is, what the heck? Who cares? I'm trying something different because it's so humid in my office that I can't even go in there. Oh, yeah, we're gonna do it this way. So anyway, since last week, I had some great stuff, merch. I got merch. Diana the Happy Diana the Happy Lawyer mug. Diana the Happy Lawyer mug. It says Diana the Happy Lawyer on the back, and I got Diana the Happy Lawyer T-shirts. Oh, he's all grimacing, but that's him. Diana the Happy Lawyer. That says Diana the Happy Lawyer on the back. And also I got two mouse pads. Ooh, mouse pads for me and Annette. So yeah, so it's really great to see it come to life. I decided buying merch, because I want to see it, I want to feel it, and it's been great. I've been drinking out of it. I didn't buy a lot. I just bought a few, give to family and friends. But it started the trend, and I wanted to see the quality of the stuff and test the merchandise out. The shirt is pretty good. It's a large. Fits me. I guess I'm a large. But I don't care. Those things are stupid. Those numbers, like women going into the store and being like a size 2 or a size 0. I don't care about a 2. You can be a 2, but a 0, no, that means nothing. That means you're nothing. So yeah, I got the merch. The merch was really exciting this week, and I walked on the boardwalk with the Happy Lawyer shirt, and I got some comments. And in the store when I was shopping, I actually went out. As soon as I got it, I wore it, and then I ran out to meet somebody for pizza and Jeopardy. And I stopped at the store to just pick up a couple of things, and people were looking at me and smiling, and I didn't even occur to me that I was wearing the Happy Lawyer shirt. And then one guy actually said on the boardwalk, "That's a great shirt." So I'm really excited about the logo because it's special, and I think it came to me during meditation. No, not during meditation. After meditation, because my brain had a flat spot or clean spot where something could come in, a new idea. So it just appeared in before me as if it was always there. And actually, that's going to lead me into tonight's discussion about stop looking and start seeing. We look all the time. We're always looking around. It's like it's become to a point where it's very superficial to just look. You're just looking everywhere. Look, oh look what's behind her. Look at that, look at that car, whatever. You're just looking at it's almost like it's literally like the top of the ocean that's splashing. So it's when you stop looking and start seeing, then you start to feel differently. I don't know how I'm going to explain it this week because this is all like, I don't think I have any scientific evidence that's backing what I'm talking about, like I do with some other stuff with brain uh, chemistry and stuff like that. But this is more like a spiritual thing. This is really just a spiritual thing that you will feel it inside you that when you start seeing things as they really are, the truth of things, and then instead of looking, then your life will change. Like, okay, we look at television. What are you looking at? I'm looking at the television. I'm looking at the program. I'm looking at my programs. So who used to say that? My grandfather. Looking at my programs. So when you're looking at stuff, looking at a car, and also just the word looking sounds like it's something that hasn't happened yet, when you're looking for something. When you're looking for something, you're trying to find it. So um, looking is going to keep you in that mode of not finding it, because when you're looking, uh, it's not there yet. But when you see something, you see it, it's there. It's in existence. It's in front of you. You can't deny it. So there's a shift between looking and seeing. And then there are things that I don't know exactly how it happens. You just have to like drop a lot of things and just consider the circumstances that you're in. So circumstances particularly are always different when you're looking at them and when you're actually seeing them. So hi Jenny, how are you? So when you are looking at something, looking at a problem, looking at your bank account, or looking at your health, it's different than seeing what's actually going on. Again, it's hard to describe. It's hard to explain how to do it. But and when we're seeing things in ourselves, like our health, you know, there's this idea that we have that we can't heal ourselves of anything. And but you wouldn't think, like, if you got a scratch or a burn on the stove, or the cat scratches you, you don't think to go to a doctor for that, because you know that your body is going to regenerate and heal that scratch. If it takes a week, I scratched myself on something the other day. It's taken about a week. I don't know how it happened, but I'm like, oh, what's that? A scratch. I didn't even notice I had it. So you're looking at it, you're looking at the scratch, and it's like, you don't even think it's a big deal. And then it heals itself. And that's what you're not seeing. You have to see that you're healing yourself. And you can do it with things that are not just scratches. You can do it with a lot of parts of your life that that you might be dealing with, even if it's um, like, even, let's say, this is tough. This is a tough one tonight. Ginny, you know what? Here, I'm going to show you my merch. I got merchandise. I bought merch. You'll be happy to see that. Diana the Happy Lawyer and Diana the Happy Lawyer mugs. Let's go back to the merch. The merch is fun. I saw this. I looked. I looked online to see Vista Printing, and I looked, and then not until it was right in front of me that I could actually see it. It gave me a different feeling. That's kind of an interesting perspective. When you're online, and it was great. It was fun to look and get the stuff all set up and press the go button. But it was when I saw it, seeing it. That's why I wanted it, even though I only got 5 of each. Didn't matter. But seeing it made it come to life. And people walk around. Oh, I see people walking around all the time. People are always like, "Oh, you go to the beach every morning." Yes, because I want to see what's there. I don't go to look at the beach. I go to see the ocean, and see the clouds, and see the birds, and appreciate that they're live, and they're there, they're present, they're undeniable. I see them. And it puts you into that position of where the level of seeing is. So uh, when we go to work, we drive, and we look at traffic. Look at traffic. That's all you see for miles around. And you look at the traffic report. Look at the traffic on my phone. I mean, at a red light. And what we're not seeing is that really 20 minutes or a half an hour in the car, if you're lucky enough to have a 20-minute or a half an hour drive in the car, mine's like 40 minutes. That's an excellent time to do something nice for yourself. We have our radio is on, and it might be tuned into something that's like news, and forget it. Just you got to turn that news off. It's horrible. But if you could see that time in your car as something that is a growth time, or even just a time for yourself. I don't know, I don't have children and all of that, but I imagine once you drop off your kids and you get in the car and you're alone, that must feel good. You should let that, see that as a good feeling, a good time to just relax and be by yourself and not just look at the traffic for 40 minutes and miss seeing that this is an opportunity to listen to some inspirational audio. You can listen to inspirational audio 40 minutes in the morning and 40 minutes at night. Forget it. Your life would change. You wouldn't even know that there's traffic. Or even if you listen to uh, classical music, Mozart, there's about something about megahertz, 42.2, 47 point, I don't know what it is, but something about the megahertz from the classical music is supposed to subdue your brain cells. So I love classical music. Um, but anything, I really think the motivational speaking, that's what I listen to almost exclusively, is the motivational stuff. And listen to the same one over and over. Let it sink in. Even on your phone, wherever my phone is with no battery and no charger, um, your phone is alive, whatever you want it to be. You can listen to motivational speaking on your phone while you're driving. Plug it into your lighter so that, which I may have to do. I may have to plug it in my car, get my phone back online. Yikes. But use that time. Don't see it as stuck in traffic. Don't look at it as stuck in traffic. See it as time for yourself that you can do something and expand your life. Also, like I've been looking to go to the Great Barrier Reef. I was looking online, and I was talking about it. But then I realized that I could go to the Great Barrier Reef, and now I see it. Now I see my trip to the Great Barrier Reef, and I didn't even do anything. It just came to me. It just like appeared before me, like it was always there. And here's the funny thing: it was always there. I didn't see it. I was looking. I looked at all the information, or I talked about it. I looked at pictures. I looked at videos online for years and years, but I never actually saw that it was something that I could just do. And so now I'm going to be going with my friend Ernie to, hey Mia, hey Charlie. So I'm going to be going with my friend Ernie to the Great Barrier Reef. I'm so excited. We met last night, and he's like, and now he can see it. So when I told him about it, he really wasn't phased because he was just in the part of like looking into going to the Great Barrier Reef, something that's happening in the future that you can still back out of. That's not a definite thing. But then when you see it, now there's no turning back. It's months away, but I can see my trip to the Great Barrier Reef. My toes are curling right now. My toes are curling because the difference between looking at it and seeing it brought it to life. And now I'm just investigating it, and I realized I could have gone any time. There was nothing stopping me except my vision of it. Instead of seeing it, I was just looking. And I'm starting to see other things. I'm starting to look around, but see things that are out there, plants that are growing. All that stuff is easy. I'm starting to see people. It's important to see people in your life that might be not the way they look. Okay, so you're looking at people in your life. You go to work. You look at all your employees. You look at whatever your associates, people that you work with. You and there. I was speaking to a young lady this week. I won't mention her name. She's a sweetheart, but she was talking about at work they like to gossip. There's a woman at work that likes to gossip, and she doesn't want to do it. It's Nicole. Okay, Nicole, you're outed. You're outed as someone who doesn't want to gossip. So she doesn't want to talk to this person anymore. And she was saying to me, I don't know what to do about it. And I said, well, just, don't look in her direction. Go move away from her, or, say something that read a book during lunch instead of sitting with the rest of the gossips. Say if you have to make up an excuse, and people feel like they have to make up excuses so they don't hurt other people's feelings, like, why don't you want to, we do this every lunchtime, how come you don't want to do it anymore? You could say, well, I just started this book over this weekend and I really want to finish it, it's very exciting. Or you could just say, I really don't feel like gossiping is anything I want to do anymore. I said that at my lunch table, and that doesn't mean I'm 100%, like I never get laugh or get involved. I mean, some gossip is funny. Uh-oh, wow. I'm shooting myself in the foot here. Anyway, So she was looking at that person, and she saw that that person was like a hindrance to her and aggravating her, causing her stress. But she didn't just see until I pointed out that she didn't have to be around that person. You know, she saw that that person was not a positive person in her life. It was a negative influence in her life just by being around. She didn't have to do anything. She couldn't get away from her. She just would uh, get stuck at work talking to this person or listening. So now she can see that that is a person that's not going to, uh, make her feel better or promote her life. And there is going to be people in your life that you have to look at them again and and see them this time. Look at them and see them for whoever they are in your life. If they're helping you in your life, see them for somebody that's helping your life, and be around that person more and appreciate them. Or if they're not helping, if they're a problem to you, then see them for that and move away from them. There are, a lot of uh, busy weekend with the Memorial Day thing, and I got invited to a couple different parties. Yeah, just everything yesterday, nothing today. But I thought about the people that were inviting me, and I thought about who they actually were. I mean, I could look at them, I can go over there, and I had choices. That was the thing, and I wanted to see the person that I really wanted to spend time with. And when I saw the person that I wanted to spend time with, instead of the person that I usually go hang out with, and they're all drinking, and I'm not a drinker. What are you gonna do? Then I decided to actually see the people that are going to be a better influence in my life, and that's where I went. You go to those people. And let's see what else. So besides circumstances and places that you have to see them as they really are instead of just looking, you have to see yourself also. You have to see yourself for who you are. And again, my friend Nicole, she thought she was looking at herself being in conversation with this person who liked to gossip, and she thought that she was a gossip as well. And it looked that way. It looked like she was a gossip because she partook in the conversation, but she really wasn't. She really hated doing it. She felt bad talking about other people because she doesn't like when people talk about her. And I agree 100%. If people stop gossiping, there would be a lot more easiness in the world because, it's not fun and it's not funny. It's not promoting happiness and good life. So when she looked and saw that she was not a gossip, then she actually could see who she was, a person who wanted to be nice, a person who didn't want to get involved in that. And there's I happen to like just think of this word, insight, and I said something like that. Well, that's really good insight for you, that you really did not like that and you don't want to be around them anymore, and you're going to get that person out of your life. You're going to do something else, take a walk during lunch. You don't have to make an excuse to not be around somebody who's a negative influence on you or makes you feel bad or do something you don't want to do. You can say, I don't want to do it, I want to be with, but people always feel they don't want to hurt anybody's feelings, so they got to make an excuse. So make an excuse. Who cares? Sooner or later, when she's not around to gossip with, she'll find somebody else to gossip with, or maybe she'll do something else, and the gossip will dissipate. But she when she saw herself as somebody that was not a gossip, she really felt good. And the insight is really like seeing inside yourself, an insight into your own mind, and insight into your own actions, things that you do that, um, stay up late, watch the news, watch the same movie over and over again. I do this crazy thing. It's called binge watching, but I don't actually watch. I just leave it on. And this week I've been watching Double Jeopardy. It's a movie with Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones, and it's a really great movie. And some of it takes place in New Orleans, so I kind of like that part, the New Orleans part. So I just kind of leave it playing in the background, like for a couple of days in a row. The last one I had was, I had Hot Tub Time Machine and Baywatch. I just leave them because it's easy on my subconscious mind. It's something it's a comfort zone of relaxation, so that my mind hears something that's like methodical that I know already, so I don't have to think about it. It eases my mind. But then I was like, well, this is really stupid. It's a huge waste of time. And I could see that that's really a waste of time for me, and it's blocking my productivity. So now I put on Wayne Dyer today. I put on Wayne Dyer, and I tell you, it changed everything. Listening to Wayne Dyer changes everything in your life. You know, when you hear him and the things he talks about. Um, he also understands the difference between looking and seeing, and that when you see yourself, and then you can see what your desires are in the world, what you want to do with your life. When you get away from all the things that you're looking at, uh, you can see yourself, and then you can consider, who do you want other people to see when they look at you? Do you want to be a person who's a gossip? Do you want to be somebody who's always scrambling at the last minute to get stuff done? That's me, by the way. But then stuff turns out okay. So hopefully I'll find my phone charger. Or else I thank God tomorrow's a day off. I'm really excited about that. But um, you have to think about who you want other people to see you as. And Nicole did not want people to see her as a gossip. And she just took action. She just took action and changed. I don't want to see myself as somebody that's wasting time. I'd rather be asleep, in all honesty. I'd rather sleep than watch, bad television or bad movies, And so, sorry, I'm just looking at all my notes. I made one page of notes. I wanted to see if I could just do this without anything. So, um, the other thing that I thought of with this looking and seeing thing, I always just look up the Bible and see what's in the Bible about it. And because there's a lot of wisdom in the Bible. I don't see the Bible as a religious book. I see the Bible as a book of teachings, teachings of, someone named Jesus Christ who uh, had ideas of how to see and not just look, and how to live in abundance, and how to just help people, and go the extra mile. I started reading the Bible because all these phrases I heard people like, oh, it's from the Bible, from the Bible. I'm like, what? And I'm like, let me see what else is from the Bible. And now I'm reading, and it's like amazing how much stuff we say just like nothing, and turn the other cheek, or it's amazing. All that stuff is in the Bible. But one thing that I was reading, because I was reading about sight, I just punched it in, sight in the Bible, and it was said something and blah 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 blah, and he was in the sight of God, that how great he was in the sight of God. And now God is whatever you want it to be. God is the universal energy that sends everybody, whatever our energy is to live and do what we do, trees to grow, everything, that universal energy, that's God. To me, whatever Wayne Dyer says, you can call it God, you can call it the universe, you can call it Louise. It doesn't matter. It's there, and it really is kind of undeniable that there's some kind of energy, magnetic or electrical force that makes us all go and makes everything else go. Uh, so when he was saying that, he was powerful or whatever he was in the sight of God, I thought for a second that what it wasn't that he was in the sight of God, that God was seeing him. It was that he was in the sight of God, like actually using the sight of God to see. So he was wonderful in the sight of God. So that's like, I'm wonderful when I'm using my universal godlike vision, my ability to see at that level of energy, that high level of just present moment, being in existence now, just seeing what's around you, not what happened in the past, not what's going to happen in the future, but just seeing everything that is physically here, the windows, the doors, my skylights, flowers outside that are growing. Sight in the eye of God could be just that what you're seeing is through the sight that you're using that has God power in it, not that God is looking at you. A lot of people need the separation of me and God, but um, the divine spark that's inside all of us is what universal energy is, and we all have that. You know, I don't want to get religious because I know everybody has different feelings, but if you're made in the image of the creator, that means you're just like him and you are also a creator. That means you have divine creative powers in you. And when you can see, then you see how to use those powers. You see how the world can be influenced by you, or you see where you look at the right thing and you turn away from the thing as not helping you. It's crazy. It was just like a revelation that I had, and it was really, really interesting to think about the difference between looking and seeing. So this week, I want you to try and see something different, something that you look at all the time, like the traffic. Try and see it as an opportunity to advance your spirituality by listening to something or learning French. I always used to say to people, if you're going to drive that far, why don't you just learn French? But get one of those things where you can learn a different language. Anything that would expand your mind is better than sitting in traffic and listening to the news and getting aggravated. Um, so, or maybe if you have an earpiece, use the time to make a phone call to somebody that you haven't spoken to in a while. As long as it's a nice, happy phone call, and you're not going to get frustrated behind the wheel. Check in on somebody, and that time you can see that time as valuable instead of just frustrating. Also, when you look in the grocery store and you buy the things that you're buying and you put that in your refrigerator, you have to see what you're buying. Okay, I want you to open your refrigerator and see what you bought, okay? Because there's a good chance that what you bought is not going to help you maintain a healthy lifestyle. Some people are doing it, and this is the key. The key is whatever you buy, and I've said this before, whatever you buy and put in your refrigerator, that's all you're going to be able to take out of your refrigerator. So you have to have uh, the foresight before you go to the store to make sure that what you are getting is what you want to see and what's going to help you in your life to you know have a healthier lifestyle. People, the information about smoking cigarettes has been out for so many decades now, so many decades, and people still don't want to see it. They look at the side of the package and then they light up. They don't want to see how negative that thing, how bad that is, how poisonous it is. It's amazing, and a lot of people are still getting hurt by it, and they don't see. And that's how simple it can be. Something that you're doing every single day that you don't see what you're actually doing. So I want you this week to try and pick something out. Um, I have done really, really well with the getting to work earlier and earlier. And I'm even realizing now, as early as I'm getting to work, it's still not early enough. And I don't know what I was thinking, leaving as late as I was before. So now that I see that, I see myself as somebody I'm just doing a lot better in the morning to get there on time. My whole day runs more smoothly, and I don't see myself as that late person anymore. I see myself as somebody that's getting to work on time. And when I'm actually doing it, I see how much better it is for my life. I mean, it's like immediate change in my circumstances to be there, and getting stuff done and meeting people and giving up documents and stuff like that, so instead of racing. And so hopefully that's going to expand into the rest of my life, and I'll be able to look and actually see the things that I'm doing to myself in my own life. That would be, again, insight into yourself. So I want you to find some insight this week. Look at something you're doing and see if it's actually helping you, see if it's not helping. And if it's not helping, whether it's a person or a habit that you have or a circumstance that you're dealing with all the time, see it for what it is, and that it's live and present and happening now. And if it's not something that's helping you, then get it out of your life. And you know what? Once that's out of your life, you're going to see something else that's going to be better for you. You can't help it because we're always seeing. We're always seeing all the time. But some people are just looking and looking away, and they're going through life, not really participating and being kind of like surface level. like watching a movie, like it's going on in someone else's life. So do that. Do that this week. Have some insight. Okay, I'm going to end the show again with some viewing, some cheap, not cheap. I mean self promotion. A little self promotion. Here's my that and my mug, my Happy Lawyer mug. Diana the Happy Lawyer. I think it's backwards. Diana the Happy Lawyer. And the sun has set in the time that I've done the show, and I'm sitting here in the dark now. So wish me luck finding my phone charger, because if not, I'll really have a day off tomorrow because I won't be able to talk to anybody. It'll be great. Okay, Barry, Deborah, Joe, Ray, Malika. Holy cow! Hey, and mom's on my mother-in-law who I love. We just had a wonderful time this week at uh, Peter Luger's. Love her. Standing lunch at Peter Luger's every third Thursday of the month. I'm announcing it on Facebook, Mom. Maybe we'll have a party there. Other people will come. So I'm going to tune out. Oh, guys, you guys don't have Game of Thrones, right? Is it over? Gee, I'm sorry. Do something different. Don't get into that. See that time now. See that time. Don't just look at another program that's coming on in its place. See the time is valuable. Tonight's a great night for that because you don't have to go to work tomorrow. So you can do anything you want and use that hour or hour and a half as something completely different. See it as free time. No Game of Thrones, free time. And do something good and positive. Don't just fill in with, another whatever, rerun or something, or, do something with the time that's going to benefit you. Okay, I'm tuning out, signing off. I love you all, and love is all you need. Bye. See you next week. Bye.